friends. Well, today we're talking about the bed. Before I get to that, I was going to say it's been a tough week. I've been working my butt off 5 days a week. I'm picking extra shifts at work, so I'm working 5 days a week. And then straight after work, going to work on the van. So I'm pretty tired. Luckily, it's Saturday, so that's a good thing. And today I have about 4 or 5 hours before I'm going to go visit with my kids. So, more van building. Yahoo! Hey, I signed up for it. I got no one to blame but myself. So, this is what the goal is. I'm under a massive time crunch. That's why I'm working my butt off. I am trying to move into this van as soon as possible. Essentially means I need a few bare bones things in place. I need the bed. Gotta have the bed. And before the bed, I have to have the floor in, because it doesn't make sense to put the bed in if the floor is not finished. Well, finished. Semi-finished. And so yeah, bed, floor, and then I just need a simple curtain dividing the back and the front for privacy. And I'm just gonna temporarily stick some cardboard in the back windows. So I'm trying to get all this done as soon as possible. And yeah, it's a little challenging. So what I have to do for the bed is I wish I could just buy something off Craigslist and throw it in. But if I'm gonna do it properly, if I'm gonna build this van the way it needs to be built in my mind, then it's going to take a lot more effort than just buying something off Craigslist. It has to have a number of features that you simply just can't buy. Number one, the bed is going to be on a 6-foot hinge, so you can open it and close it and access the stuff underneath. Secondly, it's 33 inches wide, and by the time you put the 2x4 on the side, it's like 34.5. I didn't want it over 34, but 0.5 I can live with. So it's going to be 75 inches long with the foam, and then once you add the extra outer edges of the wood, it'll end up being 78. And I'm also trying to do this light and strong, because I weigh like 220 pounds, and it doesn't look terrible. The last thing is the hardest one to achieve, because I'm not a carpenter, and the more I do these kinds of things, the more apparent that is. Before I get started talking about the bed, I just want to point out one of the key reasons I wanted a van. Check it out. With this big huge open area, back doors open. It's like you're almost under a steel tent, rolling steel tent. This is really good when it's hot outside, because the air is just gonna go through this door and out there, or vice versa, or whatever. And that's airflow. You can't beat it. You're not gonna get any cooler than being outside, unless you have air conditioning. So here is the bed. Not finished. Getting close. I gotta be honest, it has been a lot of work. But who do I have to blame for that? Nobody but me, myself, and I. It's kind of a weird thing, because in many ways I enjoy building things, but in other ways I'm like, okay, I'm done now. So, as you can see, I've got these slats. Got these from IKEA. Leroy, or however you pronounce it. But I cut them because this bed is 34.5 from the outer edge to the outer edge, and then the interior is 33. So a regular twin size bed is like 39, 38. So I had to cut like 5 inches off of this, all these slats. And there's a few features of this bed that I simply just could not buy. The width already, I'm wondering if maybe it's too wide, because from here to here is like 33 inches. And that is not including insulation or the wall covering. So I don't know. See how it goes. I gotta have a bed. There's no doubt about it. My plan is to have a couch here, but I don't want to be like, I need more space than 3 inches to walk through. So you can't buy a bed like this. You have to build it. It's narrow than a standard bed. Its length is 75 to 75 where the slats are, but from the end right here to the very end over there is 78. So one thing I'm looking forward to in this van is actually being able to stretch out, because I'm kind of cramped in my Chevy Express right now. Another key feature that's obvious is this thing is full of aeration. There will be no mold in this van, or at least in this bed. You can see I purposely built this spot over here with lots of airflow in mind. Drilled holes all throughout here, and of course the slats, and that'll stop any airflow. Now the mattress is going to be pretty much at the top of this stack here that's about 6 inches tall, and my mattress is 6 inches tall, so you won't see that when the bed is done. Another key feature this bed has is a hinge. Now right now that's friction holding the bed up, so it sounds to me like I got a bit of trim work to do. And you can see my glue drips over there. That's nasty. I'm gonna have to fix that. Good thing I actually caught that. That would have been glued closed. And I cut all this ribbon stuff. Originally this was all connected together, but it wasn't working for some reason, so I had to cut it all. So this is going to be all storage under here. All this space, all storage. I have musical equipment to store, and the cabinets, my PA cabinets, are 19 inches tall, and that's going to go under there. This is a big bed. It looks big. I don't know. It's not that big. It's 33 inches. I mean 34.5 by 78. But it just seems huge. And part of it is this headboard. I wasn't sure what to do with this thing, because I noticed that when I lean back, I don't usually like sit super straight. I know that I should, but I don't. So I actually got out, put a piece of plywood against the tire, and drew a pencil line where my shoulders are on a piece of plywood, and it was 15 inches. So from the bottom to the top is 15 inches. But it still seems like I'm going to be sticking my body in this space, so I'm probably going to add another 2x4 there. Yeah, I have a hard time believing that I won't. This is a real hodgepodge job, guys. This is not professionally built. I got these big, huge 4-inch bolts going from there to there. I got them on both sides. They were $1.74 each bolt. Outrageous. And then because I'm going to be leaning back on this thing, I tried to reinforce this with this system here, and because it's going to push this way, I had this long piece here going down, and it's going to push on this piece, which is glued and screwed, I should say. And so there's no way that's going to move. But still, I'm not 100% certain this is going to work like I think. It's kind of creaky, but yeah, I still got to do that side. That's the last thing I have to do, and then I'm done. That right there, pretend you didn't see that. There's nothing to see there. Yes, it's, hey, let's just put it this way. Do not think that I'm a carpenter. Do not think, hey, I know who I can hire to do my carpentry work. Timothy Keller. Because the answer is no. this is what you'll get. Now, some positives is that it's custom. It's exactly what I need for this size of the space. It's made of cedar. The majority of the wood is cedar, which is really light. But the downside of light wood is that it's easy to dent. I mean, you can put a thumbnail in it pretty easily. But that's a trade-off I'm willing to take. I tried to make it light, the entire bed light. I tried to make it functional, and I was hoping it would look okay. It's kind of like not my highest priority, but you know, it's just a hodgepodge. I would do this piece, and then I go, oh yeah, I got to do that, and then I would do this piece. This is what happens when you just kind of figure it out as you go. If I had a design before I started, and then I follow that design, maybe it would work better, but I didn't do it like that. Most of this won't be seen once the mattress and covers are on, so yeah. Still gonna put a end piece on here. This is kind of a mess, because I want something to make sure the mattress doesn't slide this way. Anyways, guys, I could ramble on about this forever. It's been a beautiful day. Absolutely gorgeous weather. Probably the best day so far this spring. So that's the good news. The bad news, I've been doing this since 10 a.m. It's now 6 p.m. I just had dinner and had a little break, made a little video. And now I'm going to work probably till 9. Because I have to work. I have to get up at 6 in the morning. So I'm going to finish that piece, and hopefully I can get it finished tonight. Alright guys, well there you have it. The bed. Thanks for watching, and be well, my friends.